Welcome everyone to our Monday night testimonials. My name is Giancarlo Torres and I am your friend. Like every single Monday, I'm always very excited because every single Monday at the same time, we have the privilege to interview people who have had good results with health alternatives or health or things that are good to complement, right, our daily lifestyle that really improve our lifestyle. Today, we will be talking about a product called Immunocal, the most important product in the world. And we'll talk to my good friend Danny Immense, and he's going to give us his story on why he tried it, what results he's seen, and how he sees the future now with the product. Now, before we start this Zoom, I have to give a statement from the FDA that these products that we will be talking about tonight are natural products per se, so we can't say that they treat, cure, or diagnose any disease. Now, the stories that we will be talking about tonight are real stories. And what we'll talk about is not the cure at all, but we'll talk about a molecule that we all have in our body. That's precisely what Immunocal does. This Canadian product, the most important product in the world. So, taking myself out of the spotlight, Danny, can you see me and hear me all right?
Yes, I hear you.
Fantastic. Well, Danny, it's so good to be able to talk to you with, at this point. I'm really excited. And thank you so much for accepting my invite. I really do appreciate that. Danny, let's go directly to your story. Tell us, for me, for the audience, when was the first time you were exposed to Immunocal?
Well, Susie Bell broke down on I-95, and someone called us and asked if we would keep her till her car got fixed. And so my wife and I put her up for a couple of days, and she introduced us to Immunocal. That was several years ago. But we were both pretty healthy, didn't really see the need to continue with it. So we took it for a while and then stopped buying it and taking it. And frankly, I had forgotten all about it.
Wow. So you were taking it and then stopped since you thought, hey, I'm healthy, I don't need it, basically.
Yeah. Basically,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So circumstances change. What happens?
Well, about, I think it'll be 3 years in July, I fell in my kitchen and banged the back of my head, and I saw stars, but I was okay. But what I didn't know is I had some bleeding in my brain. I had a mini stroke. I was dragging my right side, and I had difficulty remembering what I was talking about. But that all passed, and so I was okay. Then about a month later, I began to have headaches. And I mean, my headache was severe. On a scale of 1 to 10, my headache was about a 15. And it was very difficult to function. Then they talked me into I went to my medical doctor, and he suggested an MRI. They suspected I had a brain tumor. I had a CAT scan and an MRI, and they both came up negative. But all this time I was thinking I had brainstem glioma because my brother died from brainstem glioma, and I had all the same symptoms that he had.
Yep.
And so I turned to a naturalist doctor and had some testing done, and all she found was energy for cancer in my brain. Nothing real conclusive. So in the meantime, I'm still putting up with this headache. Now I'm having trouble walking. It got to the point where I couldn't walk by myself. My wife had to help me. I had to use a cane. The only time I walked by myself was when I was in the house. I could hang on to furniture to keep from falling. I was dizzy all the time. And then one day I sent in another swab and got a call from this homeopathic person. And she said that she asked me how I was. First of all, my response to everybody is, I'm pretty good for an old man. And then she said, well, how's your head? And I said, well, scale of 1 to 10, it's about a 15. And she said, that's because you have a very large tumor in your brain. So I said, in the brain stem, and she said yes. So I started putting two and two together, and I knew what it was, and finally found out it was glioma, the same thing my brother died from. And for me, that was pretty much the sentence of death, because in my research, I found that no one's ever survived brainstem glioma. They can extend your life for a short period of time. They gave me 6 months to 18 months to live. But I'm not the kind of person that gives up. And so one day I got a phone call from a brother in Florida. He's a circuit overseer. And in the course of our conversation, he introduced me to Jim Spencer. He said, he's got something he said, I think can help you. So I decided to call Jim, and I called and he didn't answer. But I left my name and phone number because the brother told me that he probably won't answer, but he'll call you back. So I waited a couple of days and he didn't call me back. So I got to thinking about Immunical. That's what he said that he was handling. And I remembered Susie Bell.
Mm-hmm.
So she had given us her business card, and I never throw business cards away. So I started hunting my business cards through my old business cards, and I found her business card, and I gave her a call. And that's when she introduced me to you. And the rest is history. Actually, I don't know if you have any more questions, but there's a lot more to this story.
Keep going, please.
Okay. I got down to the point where one of my therapists told me to quit trying so hard. I was taking all kinds of Chinese medicine, very expensive stuff, and this Essiac tea that comes out of Canada. I was taking that, but I was still maintaining or going backwards, make a little progress, go backwards. And one of my therapists told me to stop trying so hard and enjoy what life I had left.
Wow.
That was a little devastating because I knew I had a battle. But by the way, Jim Spencer did call me back, and I told him I was already in touch with Susie Bell. And by the time he had called, I think I had already made my first order. I made my first order of the product in March the 21st of this year. At that time, I was told, before I got it, I was told I would probably lose the use of my legs. So I have a walker. If I had to go on a long walk, I had to use a walker. I couldn't transfer steps by myself. My wife had to help me up and down steps. But now I can carry a bag of groceries in both arms and go up and down steps without any problems. So I'm making really good progress. But
so let's stop there just for a second. By the way, fascinating story. When we speak, which was in March,
mm-hmm.
Your voice was so low.
Yeah.
And it was because of how weak you were, of course.
Yeah.
When we first spoke, and of course, I remember you telling me you're stage 4 cancer, if I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's a very bad stage.
Yeah.
Right. So I just want for everybody that's watching this, Danny Amends had a very, very aggressive stage 4. Very.
And brainstem glioma cannot be detected by MRI, CAT scan, or any other kind of test until it reaches stage 4. That's why nobody has ever survived it, because they don't know what to do for you. They can operate. They cut part of your nerve system because that's intertwined in the nerve system. It's not like a big round lump, but it's like a jelly paste intertwined in your nervous system in your brain. And so they can't operate and take it out of there because, of course, they would either kill you or make a vegetable out of you. So I opted to go the natural course, and here I am. I'm still. And I'm telling you, I'm going to beat this cancer.
Love
I've
it.
had not just the brainstem glioma, I had 4 other kinds of cancer, which I believe are all gone. I had prostate cancer, kidney cancer, pancreatic cancer, and cancer of the bladder. So I had 5 cancers running simultaneously all at the same time. And my last test, they were all gone except I think a little bit in the prostate. And I just sent another swab in, and I'll get test results sometime this week. But I suspect that the cancer is all but gone from my body.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Danny, I remember you telling me about your 5 cancers, and I just want to emphasize this for everybody: pancreatic, prostate, and tell me, repeat the other 3, please.
Kidney and bladder.
And the brain.
Okay,
and
for
the
everybody,
brain.
and
the
brain.
brain. Yeah.
So for everybody that's watching this, this is true. There's no lie here. I'm not paying Danny to tell me all this. This is just true story. Like I remember, like if it were yesterday when we were speaking through the phone, and I said, "Oh my," in my mind, 5 cancers. Like I had never dealt with that with somebody with so many cancers. But of course, with complete faith, right, on how many people we've helped. So again, have that in mind for the ones that are watching this live and for the ones that are watching the recording. 5 cancers. Danny, I remember a month later I call you, and your voice has so much strength.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, and I say, Danny, I'm not sure if it's mental from my part, but you sound better.
Yeah.
And I remember you telling me, I feel better.
Yeah. I just
feel
told my wife today that I feel like I did when we lived in South Carolina before we moved up here, 3 years ago. I feel I had pressure in my head then. I suspected the cancer was already growing down there. But I didn't know, I just thought I had a headache and drink a cup of coffee, take a couple of Advil, and the headache would go away at that point. What I didn't know is it was poised to put me under the ground, which I'm not going to let it do that.
Yeah. Wow, Danny. Just
I will
beautiful.
tell you this. I
Yep.
was skeptical at first. I've been in nutrition for a long time, and I'm always skeptical of nutritional products that make great claims. But I decided that I had nothing to lose to try it. So when I got started, I believe I was taking like 4 packs a day. And then you called me one day and said, no, you need to be on 8 packs a day. And the booster and the K21 and the Omega Gen 5. Which I'm still taking. Of course, they don't have the K21 anymore, but I'm still taking all of that. I'm not taking 8 packs a day anymore, though. I'm down to 6 packs a day, which I will be taking 2 as soon as we get done with this Zoom program. My last 2 for the day. But I'm telling you, it's turned my life around. I am totally independent and can do whatever I want without help.
I love it. You're telling me this, and I have goosebumps. I think everybody does also. I have goosebumps.
Yeah.
My whole body. This is amazing. Danny, when we spoke this morning, and I asked you, Danny, from 1 to 10, how much has Immunocal helped me?
10.
What did you say? A 10.
No question about it. It's a 10. It even goes above 10, actually. To take care of this kind of cancer, it's got to have something going for it that nothing else has. And Immunocal is the answer.
Love it. Danny, to finish this fantastic Zoom, for the ones that are watching it live, for the ones that are watching the recording, that were skeptical like you, and for everybody that hasn't tried Immunocal yet, what could you tell them before we finish this?
I would tell them to put the skepticism aside. Don't worry about the cost. Your life is worth more than money, and spend whatever it takes and get on this product because it is going to help you.
Love it. My friend Danny, this has been an absolute pleasure. Everybody's faces are are great. I think Susie's getting emotional. It's truly a blessing to have met you. Of course, through technology, but we still
Yeah.
know each other. And we are so thrilled. I know Susie's thrilled. I know my mom's thrilled. I'm thrilled that what we do here is contribution.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole fact that Susie, I, and everybody here, we were able to, contribute in some way for, for not staying quiet, but talk about it.
Yeah.
Makes my heart rejoice. So,
Yeah.
Danny, once again, thank you so much. And for everybody that is watching this, have in mind that every single Monday at the same time, we have testimonials, okay? In the next, at 8:15 Eastern time, if you're in the chats and all that, there's the other time zones, but we're going to have a similar testimonial in Spanish, okay? So that is it. Once again, Danny, thank you so much for
Thank you
taking
for
your
having
time
me.
and sharing this. And for everyone, that is it for today. My name is Giancarlo Torres, and I'm your friend. Till next week. Ciao, ciao, everybody.